So in this place, it's about creativity. Okay. You have to be creative. You're not just going to solve the problem of something in your life by manifesting, trying to look at logic of a solution. If you're wanting to create, are you creating to solve a problem in your life? Are you manifesting to get yourself out of a situation? Then you're thinking the same way that got you into the problem. When you manifest, it's about getting into something, not out of, not getting out of debt, getting into investment. Okay. Right. So this is creativity. This is imagination. You may be artists. You may be very creative in your lifestyle, but how do you apply that creativity of thought into your manifestations? Okay. This is where you want to be when you're making your lists. You want to be abstract and creative. Okay. You're not logically thinking. You know, that's been my statement of the year is logic never solved the problem. Okay. It's being imaginative. It's being creative is where we want to be. So, you know, there is, when you tap into creator's truth, when you get out of dualism and that criticalness of right and wrong, you then go into an abstract place of infinite possibilities, which is a quantum mechanic. Okay, so our brain is a quantum computer. We are affirming reality at every nanosecond, and we can, as we change beliefs, open up for a new reality. But it's not just about reprogramming the subconscious as a framework for that quantum mechanic. It is also about training our minds to think in an abstract, creative way. Okay. In this quantum reality, this is the basics of that science of when you observe something, you make it reality. When you identify, when you label, it holds it in that place. Every time you put identity and label to something, every time you affirm self, you're holding yourself to that label. And those thoughts are logic. They're thoughts that can be wise, they can be beautiful, and sometimes we want to hold on to those types of realities. It's okay to have thoughts that create particles, but you also want to have thoughts that dissolve particles and allow for life to be fluid, allow for life to have a wavelength to it, right? To actually reverse engineer the observer effect. That's what we want to do in theta, is reverse engineer it. We want to not make particles, we want to allow particles to become waves again, so that we can go into that infinite reality place and then collapse it back as an accordion effect into that new reality, what we want. Okay, that's what we're doing every time we make a command. We're going into infinite possibilities, and then as we observe, we collapse it into that singular reality of what we want, right? So every time you connect in theta and make a command and witness it, you go into, creator, which infinite possibilities, and then you co-create it by observing, right? You can observe without collapsing it, though. Okay. This is a thought of wonder. It's, are you acting as a particle or are you acting as a wave? What are you acting as? So it's always my big thing in DNA 3. Stop being a particle. Be a wave. You know, get the flow, okay? And so this is all of these mindsets: wonder, creativity, imagination. You know, when you look at young children, 3, 4 years old, they're not acting as a particle. They feel safe and just being completely abstract in anything, and nobody has a better creativity and imagination.